Hey friends, it's Jess here, and how is it going? We're gonna get right into it today. I have 5 ways that you can get more organized this month. If you saw, and I'm in my little nook at the studio right now, so I have actually my list right in front of me, which I can read off of, paper notebook, which I carry everywhere. But 5 ways to get more organized, because one of my goals this month is to get more organized. I feel like my apartment's kind of cluttered, and my work's kind of cluttered, and everything's kind of cluttered, and that's kind of happens at the end of summer when you've been having so much fun and in and out of the city, and now it's okay, it's crunch time, it's time to get organized. So I have a few things that I'm actually myself doing this month, and I want to share them with you in case you are also I want to get rid of some of the clutter and get more organized, because as you probably know, if you're organized, you're probably going to save more time in the long run by knowing where your stuff is, staying clean as opposed to letting it all pile up. And not only are you saving time, but you're freeing yourself of that mental clutter. And I think a clean space, whether that's your apartment, your office, or your digital spaces, your phone, your Instagram feed, whatever it is, having them organized and clutter-free creates space in your mind to just breathe and to be more creative and relax. So without further ado, 5 things I'm doing this month. 1, plan your workouts for the entire month. This goes for workouts or actually any kind of appointments or self-care activities, things you want to do. Instead, this is what I always tell participants, if you try to find time for your workouts or for yourself after you've already filled up your schedule, you're never going to find time. You have to make the time up front and schedule everything else around it. So those things that are really a priority, let's say you're saying, yeah, I want to be more consistent with my fitness routine this month, then that's got to be a priority. You put that in your calendar. It doesn't have to be a crazy plan, but literally go in as much detail as possible. And if you don't even know where to start with specifically workouts, but this could be doctor's appointments, if you're going to therapy, any sort of appointment, schedule it in advance so you see it coming up, and keep one calendar, not 17 calendars or sticky notes, but put it all in one place, whether that's on your phone or a piece of paper. And yeah, with workouts specifically, I recommend in a week, 2 + 2 + 1. So 2 cardios, 2 strength days, and 1 bonus day. That could be anything you want, active recovery, fun activity, extra cardio, extra strength, whatever works. But if you stick to that format and you try to make sure that you're doing a mix of high and low intensity, so high intensity cardio means low intensity strength, or low intensity cardio means high intensity strength, so your heart rate is getting trained in multiple zones. But we can talk about it on a different day. Plan your workouts, and if you're doing online workouts, literally put the specific video links of which classes you're gonna do, or go in, if you're going to in-person classes, book the classes so you actually have a whole plan laid out, because once you've committed to it on paper or in your phone, it's a lot harder to back out, and it's also a lot easier to be oh, sorry, actually, I can't meet for coffee at that time. Can we do an hour before, or can we do the day before, or whatever it is, so you make that time for yourself because you know how important it is. Number 2, weekly grocery shop. Especially if you live somewhere where grocery stores or convenience stores are very accessible, like for me in the city, it is so tempting to be oh, I'll just pick up this for dinner, or pick up this for lunch, and get 2 ingredients here and 2 ingredients there, and then you're coming home with all this clutter, and it's not really getting put away properly, and you're wasting a lot of food. And go once a week and try to plan. You don't have to I don't plan my meals for the entire week. I just plan okay, some meals that I know I always like to have. I always have some sort of peanut noodle bowl. I usually have some sort of ground turkey fry or meatballs or something. And so I'll get those kind of ingredients all up front for the week and put them all away. And then you're not kind of at lunchtime or at dinner time being oh my gosh, I'm so hungry, I better go get groceries, and then having to buy a snack at the grocery store to eat your snack while you cook. Maybe you're I don't know what she's talking about, but that was me all of last fall. And weekly grocery shops saves so much time, so much money, and so much stress. So grocery shop every week. Other things you can do. Number 3 is pick 1 cleaning day. And I used to do Sundays, and I used to be really consistent with doing Sundays, but I found I've been kind of out of town more and busy more with real life, so I haven't always stuck to the Sundays. But when I'm gonna clean, I'll sit and write a list of all the things that I need to do. So I need to vacuum, wipe down my kitchen counters, wipe down my bathroom, water the plants, take out the trash, all those tasks. Write them down on a piece of paper, and then you can cross them off as you go, which is super satisfying. And you do them all in one day, and then throughout the week, if you're oh, the floors are kind of the counter's kind of dusty. I'm no, I know I'm cleaning on Sunday, so I don't need to worry about it right now. And you stick to that 1 cleaning day. If you like know you're going to be out of town on the weekends or something, pick a weeknight. Or if you really want to, like, write your cleaning list for the week up front and then try to just pick one task every single day, every single night, or every single morning that you're going to do, so that your apartment or your house or your space is getting cleaned regularly, because clean space, clean mind. You know it'll feel good, and if you just stay organized on top of it, it's a lot easier to manage than like letting it get out of control. Another thing. Okay, do you have, like, number 4, projects around the house or like around your room, your space, that you're like, I really want to, you know, I have this like one, we have like an everything drawer where like it's just like all the clutter collects in this everything drawer with like just junk and like random like Post-its and like packaging and random stuff in the everything drawer. And it was like such a mess. And I'm like, I want to clean up this everything drawer, but that's not like cleaning. That is like this one specific project. So I was like, okay, there's all these like projects. I want to clean up the everything drawer, like under my bathroom sink, like all the shampoo and conditioner bottles and like old makeup is all just collecting in piles. So I want to clean that out, like those kind of projects. So write out those, like, not your weekly everything you need to do in a week tasks, but your kind of around the house tasks, or even like, doesn't have to be around the house, but let's say you really want to clean out your email inbox and like set up folders, or those kind of like one-off projects. Write a list of all of them, and then I would say pick like 4 for the month, and then attach one project every single week to your cleaning day. And like, again, keep a list of this on your phone or in a notebook and get through those projects one at a time. And then, you know, it's like, you don't have to worry like, oh, I need to do this, I want to do this. It's like, okay, I know I'm going to get to like one thing every single week, and it just reduces that mental, like, I have to do this, like clutter brain, you know? And okay, last thing, speaking of clutter, way number 5 to be more organized this month is to stay on top of clutter. This goes for physical clutter and digital clutter. So that could mean unsubscribing from all those like pesky email newsletters that you don't actually read and you delete every time and you dread opening. Get rid of the clutter. Like, don't let those things keep like pinging in and distracting your attention and your time. Newsletters, it could be like trying to reduce your screen time if you find yourself scrolling too much, or reducing physical clutter, taking one day to go through and be like, I'm going to donate all the old clothes I haven't worn in a year. If you haven't worn it in the past year, you're probably not going to wear it again. So go donate it. Physical clutter, like another example in my apartment right now is like, we moved in and it was furnished, so there's like all these extra kitchen utensils. So we have double kitchen utensils of everything, and like I feel bad getting rid of them, but at the same time, I'm probably like 5 months and I don't even know where anything is. We have double of so many things, so that's a great area of like physical clutter that I can go and donate and just make space to have more like space to breathe and to relax in my space. So 5 ways to get organized this month. I hope this was helpful for you, because these are actually all things I'm doing in my life to get more organized this month. I'll go through the list one more time. Plan out your workouts and your appointments up front and schedule them in a calendar. Grocery shop weekly, so you always have enough food in your fridge, in your cabinets. Pick one cleaning day every week and get through all your cleaning tasks. Write down a list of those pesky, like around the house projects that you want to do, and just pick one per week. And last one, stay on top of clutter. Don't let the clutter pile up, and try to start cleaning out that clutter. So hopefully this is helpful. Let me know if you're going to try any of these, and if you're on the getting organized this month wavelength as well. And let me know if you like hearing these kind of life and adulting tips from me, and I'll share more. Other than that, if you have any, send me a DM if you listen to this on Instagram. I'm at Jess Fitness, and I can't wait to hear from you. Have an awesome month.